Oh, did I not turn on? Is there no sound for it? Oh, there is no sound. Okay, let's crank up the sound for Factorio. There we go. 50%. Fantastic. Bring down the walking sound a little. Actually, we'll just turn that up. Okay. Oops. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, boys and girls. How are we all doing today? Oh, did my face die? Yeah, my face just died. It's okay. I'll figure it out afterwards. So, it turns out that the Video Game Corporation was hijacked in some ways by the by, I don't know, some dudes. Well, because that's the only explanation I could come up with for why we might be doing Factorio out of all things. And since I didn't actually have anything Factorio related ongoing, we were just gonna have to load the save that I was playing. What, like, I might have played the save like 6 months ago, and given that the Video Game Corporation and their whatever it was they wanted actually had nothing to do with video games and wanted to talk about philosophy out of all things, it turns out this is probably fine. Yeah, it's fine. YOLO, bro. Well, I mean, for a given definition of fine, right? I don't actually know what I'm doing because I haven't seen this in forever. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Turn up the brightness because I don't understand what it is about game companies and their desire to make their games moody as shit. It's just like it doesn't really help because, like, unless you're in an entirely dark room, really dark, really dark and moody, like, lighting literally then means that you can't see anything that's happening on screen. And so what's the point, right? Yeah, anyway. I can't remember at all what I was doing. What is this? Oh, I know what this is. This is taking iron ore specifically, enriching it, I think. Yep. There we go. And then smelting the subsequent thing with to create iron plates. Yes. Okay. No, that's not how it works. And so this entire station is now useless because we're doing iron. I actually am not sure about this. Hold on. Let's see. That's Oh, I can't. That's the wrong button. Oh, I know what's going on. It's fine. Um. Okay. So we're making 2.4. That's great. This looks like it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. Steel. Are we really only doing 30 steel? I'll probably need a dedicated steel output soon. Because at this rate, I don't think so. One stack and two stack. I'm going to replace those with this. Fantastic. And then I'm going to replace these with that. Fantastic. Okay. What are those? Okay. Yeah. I can't believe you guys are actually interested in Factorio as opposed to just listening to me complain about things. Because as far as I am concerned, that's what this was supposed to be, right? Well, I mean, that is technically what it is. It's just a stream of listening to Muses complain about life and the universe and everything. Yes. Exactly. Let's see, I'm gonna put these in here. Oh, did those get taken away from me? I don't actually mean for that to happen. So let's do that wherever they are. Well, I have no idea where they are now, so whatever. YOLO. What is all this? Well, this is all just part of the factory meant to create the science, right? The science that's necessary to actually, build stuff. And this is what we're doing here. We're building stuff. Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? Factorio is kind of like an interesting discussion on nihilism, if you think about it. Because really, like, you're only doing it because you're doing it, right? And you're doing it because you're doing it because you need to do it. And if you didn't do it, there would be no game. Which means that sort of even more so than a video game with storyline or a video game with some sort of concrete action, Factorio is really just one gigantic, how do you even say it, one gigantic pointless bit of nihilism, right? And that's not to say that it's bad necessarily. I'm actually not even trying to advocate for the fact that it's bad. It's mostly just like it's a puzzle game, right? And oh, look at that UPS. Oof. You see how the game just completely slowed down? I don't know if you guys can see it, but like I'm holding the run in these directions, and because all of these repair towers, they're able to they're able to do sort of logistics, and thus this didn't get put in. Okay. Oh, why not? Is there no room for it? Oh, you know what? There is no room for it. I don't have a general storage, do I? No, I don't. Okay. Well, that's okay. Let's see. I'm not actually sure I wanted a general storage, so yeah, maybe not. We'll just pull them into our own inventory. Because when you put things into general storage and that are not like part of the overarching logistics network, it just kind of gets lost and you never see it again. What is this game? Okay, let's talk about it a little bit more. So at the end of the day, what is Factorio? Factorio is you are stranded on this planet, and you're trying to do everything in your power to get off the planet, right? And the base game of Factorio is, like 20. I can't remember how many hours they were expecting it. 20, 30 hours, and then you would build a rocket, and then that will be at the end, and then you're done, right? And then the problem with that is that the community has decided that that's not nowhere near enough. The community is filled with, I guess, optimizers, people who really like optimizing things for a living, and they decided that's nowhere near enough. And so what they would rather we do is basically turn this from a 20-hour game to like a 50-hour game, to a 500-hour game. And part of the reason why that works is that Factorio works with these. It's essentially a logistics simulator, right? Like, essentially, the end goal is to build the rocket, but before you do that, you're using most of your resources to build these. What are we calling this? You're building science, and then you're sciencing it up. Excuse me. Oh no, that's fine. That's over there. Good. And then you're sciencing it up, and Oh, we never need those again. Okay, well that's fine. Oh, I probably could have gotten rid of those and put that there. Well, that's fine. That's fine again as well. And yeah, so your buildings. Excuse me. Why is this like this? Oh, right, because they're that close, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We have that. We have that. Excellent. Sorry, I just so obviously you guys know who I am. When I see a problem like this, my mind just sort of goes into overdrive on how to make it more efficient, which is sort of par for the course, right? That's basically what most people are like, or most massive nerds like me are like. And so that's what you do, right? You have to make sure that certain train stations have the proper logistics to be able to deal with the things that you wanted to deal with, and you go from there, basically, right? Right. So essentially, you see that. Oh, where did that one train go? Mm, this train is currently sitting at Iron Plate 3. Iron Plate 3 is just outside our massive solar farm, and you see, all it does is we have this place that mines iron ore. It gets the iron ore gets mined. It gets fed into this train. This train picks up a whole bunch of iron ore, and then it transports it back here. And then this iron ore, this is a train from a different iron ore place, and that comes out, gets fed into these. Remember, I talked about enriching the iron and earlier, and how that turned into like metal plates and all of that, iron plates. Yeah, and then these iron plates down the line, they get to, what is that? That is stone. Yes, yeah, they're used in stuff. And the best way for me to do that is to concentrate all the iron plates in one place, and then bring them out where they need to go to do, stuff. And again, we come back to this. Sheldon, they're not slaves. They are mechanical mining robots. Even though they look exactly like players and they behave exactly like players, they are not slaves. Anyway, that's sort of the key, right? Like, remember at the very beginning, I talked about the fact that we're doing it because we're doing it, and therefore we're doing it. It is Factorio as a game is very tautological, and actually quite. If you think about it, it's mildly philosophical as well, right? Like, why do we do what we do? Well, it's not. That's not really a philosophy question. Actually, you know what? Sidewinder, can I hire you to maintain a bunch of valves that are here for these water and sulfuric acid pipelines? I don't know how many of you will remember this. Oh, it must have been almost like a year and a half ago. We interviewed Sidewinder on air, on stream actually, about his work as a oil services man, like going out into the wilderness of Alberta, Canada, and just like, you know ensuring that the oil companies there are able to do their work. And I think that's fascinating. Love that job, right? Like, from both a business perspective and a, oh, is this full? Oh, it is, right, because we're mining from here as well. Okay. Yeah, so we have a bunch of iron ore. The iron ore gets purified with sulfuric acid. Oh, that's sulfuric acid. I just realized I left, like like the game is so complex that there are actual mods that allow you to make to-do lists, right? And then of course I made one, and then I never remembered to check it. I know what LTN is, but I don't think we're actually at the stage where we need LTN. LTN is sort of like a secondary logistics layer, where you use trains to transport what your logistics needs. Actually, that is a good question, Sidewinder. The oil that comes out in Alberta, isn't it super acidic, or am I imagining that? Like, it's not sweet crude, right? It's pretty sour. Oh, this is fine. What are we killing? We are killing the native fauna of this world. So obviously, every sci-fi game, by definition, needs to have monsters or bugs because Starship Troopers decided it. Literally, Starship Troopers is sort of the. I keep not putting down any of what I'm writing. That's true. What time are we at? 15 minutes. The original Starship Troopers novel, and and sort of like the buggers portion of it, right? Anyway, um, yeah, no, like we crash landed on this planet, and therefore we're trying to exploit its resources to get back into space, but the planet itself, the local fauna are like, nah, can't, and so that's why they're coming to nibble at us, and so that's why we need to build all these defensive mechanisms to make sure that they can't nibble at us. I think it makes perfect sense. Sidewinder, my friend. I wanted to ask, a good portion of it being sour. Do you guys have to do something special about it, or is that just like as long as the valves are serviced normally, they're fine? Like compared to something sweeter, like something like from the Perm. I don't actually know if you know how to work with oil from the Permian Basin or anything. Um, like compared to something sweeter, do you guys do something differently? Is that part of like the service? Mm, copper plate one and copper plate drop. Oh, that's fine. So that warning message is just telling me that this train has been sitting away. Really? Waiting at copper plate two. That's fine. Yeah. So it was the other plane, other train, this train that was waiting, and it was just waiting here for a while because we were actually not that heavy use of copper, and so I didn't even bother setting up one of these things for copper yet, though I probably should. Actually, maybe that's what we should do today. How much time do I have left? Oh, we're at. Maybe not. We'll figure it out in the future. And this is what I have for sulfuric acid, and I just realized that that's not enough, because when we want to do like when we want to enrich copper ore, we'll need the sulfuric acid as well. Hmm. Hold on, that's mildly annoying. The sulfuric acid train stop. Okay. Actually, let's see. Oh, well, I can't remember any of these. Oh, inner supplied air breathing. Oh, really? So, so, and I assume you have sensors within the pipes that tell you how much sulfuric acid there is in that oil, right? Which is actually super topical because we are just looking at sulfuric acid right here. Fantastic. Okay, let me see. What am I doing? Oh wait, where am I? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, you know what it is? I played this on my Mac Pro. Not Mac Pro, Mac Studio. And that has all my blueprints on it, and none of my blueprints are here. Oh, that's going to be mildly. That's okay. We'll borrow this. Repath. That's fine. We'll borrow this. Oh, at the plant sites. Okay. Wait, so does that mean like when you actually like you have to get into it before you know how much you can use or how much there is? Let's see. Put this. I suppose we'll put it here. Yeah, over here. bet there's no mirroring option, but that's fine. So put that bad boy there. Oh, look at that lag. Then we'll get rid of these because they're not actually necessary for us. Fantastic. Get rid of those. And then we'll call this sulfuric acid, I suppose. Wait, why is this here? That's a weird place. Oh, that's because I placed it. That's no issue. Button. Wrong button again. Wrong button again. That's not the what? Control X? Is that not X? You know what? Fuck it. Sulfuric acid. Okay, so we'll just do that. Then we'll place it here. Perfect. Sulfuric acid. Perfect. And then we see that that train is very much involved. We will remove these. No. Remove these from existing. Fantastic. We will remove these from existing. And this. Fantastic. I just need another tank. Sometimes we don't know. Ah. That seems weird though, right? Like that seems like it's a huge safety hazard to not know the actual amount of sulfur that's in the in the pipelines. Like is there no I'll take these. Okay, you focus on your youngest. Don't worry about me. I honestly like whatever I need is very much not important. You just have fun with your child. I am also trying to figure this out without sounding like an idiot. So, don't worry about it, bro. No, I don't want to do this. I do want to do this. Do I? Do I? Maybe? Hold on. Yeah, no, I do want to do this. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna place one of them like this. Excellent. And then we're gonna place this right here. Excellent. um, I have to quote this verbatim because it's just too good. Don't worry, Muses, you are always a failure in our eyes. Thank you very much. That makes me so happy to know. Like that I am treasured in such deep. Oh, what the fuck is this? Pretend you didn't hear that. In such deep and meaningful ways, right? Why is there no power going to these bloody what? There is supposed to be power. Where's the So these guys are powered. That is supposed to be powered. Why are you not being powered? Life. This is just my life. This is just Yes, well, at least the other stuff works, right? It's fine. It's fine. We got it. I'll deal with it. I deal with it like I always do. Okay. Excuse me. Can you like put down a thing, please? It's on how cheap are on. Ah. Okay. Okay. I see. So as long as you sort of like focus, like as long as you have the personal protective equipment in place, it doesn't really matter. Got it. That makes sense. But like, do you guys also have to deal with things like what am I trying to say? Things like the oil actually eating through the grease. Well, I mean, I would assume that they know whether it's sour or sweet, but like the actual amount of sulfuric acid that's in there is probably not something that they think too much about. As an aside, why do I have to do this via? Ooh, we almost got run over there. Why do I have to do this via sulfur? Like, why do I have to precipitate out the sulfur? Where even is that? Um. Oh no, it's over there. Yes, exactly. I haven't played this game in basically forever. That's why I have no idea where everything is. Like, isn't it interesting that I have to like crack the petroleum gas to get the sulfur out as a solid and then turn it into sulfuric acid? Like, couldn't I have just gotten the sulfuric acid directly out of the crude? Actually, that's huh. No, hold on. Let me look this up. Sulfuric acid from crude. It might be that. Hmm. Is it hydrogen sulfur? Wow. Actually, is it does it come out as a gas or is it in the liquid? Like, is it bound to the oils themselves? I see. I hear. I hear. So pure sulfuric acid does not exist naturally due to its strong affinity to water vapor. Yes, I am. I am eating sunflower seed. Yes, 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 yes. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Right. Yeah. So no, it's true. It comes out as H2S, which is okay. Precipitated out from the use water to yeah. Okay. Metals occurrence. Is it time to go? Oh, it is almost time to go. Okay. I with mild apologies to the video game corporation because obviously we didn't actually do much video gaming today. Actually, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, we should not even consider. Oh wow, that's a lot of sulfuric acid production. That's concentrated in Europe. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's like the low. Hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch on the east coast of the U.S., a gigantic plant in China, and a whole bunch of smaller plants in Europe, and a couple outside Moscow. Yeah. Oh, and a few in Japan as well. Okay, interesting. welcome back, Sidewinder. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you precipitate it out. Using essentially energy and steam, right? So like the hydrogen's the hydrogen sulfide gets pulled out of the natural gas or whatever petroleum gas with steam, and then it precipitates out as sulfur, and then you can turn that into sulfuric acid by rehydrating it. Yeah. Yes. Not important. Oh wait, no, this is important. I forgot to do this. Here, plastic, and then this goes here. That goes there, and ideally, oh no, this gets filled up. Fantastic. Okay. So this will get filled up, and then that'll get filled up. We'll then have sort of like knock-on effects on pulling out the sulfuric acid from here. We're probably fine for the batteries for now. Yeah. Why does it say I've played 24 hours? In part because, like with Factorio, you can oftentimes just let the game run, right? Like I had everything set up, and so you can see I have these fields of solar panels set up, and essentially what I can do is I can just let the game sort of figure itself out, right? So say I take this solar farm, and I say, like, bro, make me another one over here, right? I just do that, and then because everything is sort of within my logistics network, it will just you saw how when I put that down, one of them already spawned here, and that's because we had a few ready. No, this is the battery. Where's the solar one? Like solar is up here. I want to say here. Yeah, right here. So you can see, like this is the factory that does this, or it takes small solar panels, bunch of concrete, all of these things, and turns it into large solar panels. And then the game just does it itself, right? Like notice I put down what was this 4 times 4 16, and there were enough in the boxes that most of them were already made. So by that same logic, where is that substation? That is the electric. By that same logic, if I were to now say, like, let's say, bro, give me another 16 gigantic batteries, and so they'll just do it all themselves, right? And so by laying out the blueprint, you can essentially walk away from the game and it'll make it itself. By between the gas, H2S, sweeten the gas, acid gas, 60% H2S. Okay. So wait, Sidewinder, can you before we end for today, just one final question. When you guys work with, or let's say the current work, especially for Albertan sour, is that sulfur then reused, or from this it looks like almost like you're just injecting the sulfur gas, acid gas, whatever, the acid gas back into the ground, and you're just letting it sit there. Like, is the sulfur simply not worth any money now? Because I could understand that. Like, sulfur is, at some point it becomes quite cheap, right? Because it does. Hello. Oh, okay. I'll deal with that afterwards. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with me playing a video game that most of you don't understand. Okay, let's be quite honest about that. Also note, I plopped down some batteries. There's just yeah, I guess especially in Alberta, like the crude is super sour, right? Like correct me if I'm wrong. I think most of the crude that we get from Alberta is like it's basically the sour rest that we have on Earth that is getting consistently used. All right, because I'm trying to remember. I know the Venezuelan stuff is not quite as sour. It's still tarry, but it's not as sour. And then of course the Permian stuff is perfectly fine. That like the West Texas Intermediate blend. And then the Saudi blend is super sweet, which means they're obviously for good reason, right? Like their cost is so cheap. And then no, like Nigerian is still pretty good. Urals is pretty good. Yeah. Do we have oil analysts? We don't, right? We No, we don't. Yeah, okay. Maybe we should invite some to come and talk to us about this. Because I mean, okay, none of us work in oil. Most of us don't work in energy unless it's like techie, renewable, jazzy, magic stuff. So that's I wouldn't even consider that energy at this point, right? It's just like a couple bros pretending that they're cooler than they really are. Oh, for sure, for sure. Side runner, for sure it is like by the time it's ready for export, it is definitely sweetened. I just don't think there is that much sweetening happening as compared to like Albertan, right? Because uh... oh, do I? Mm, crap, yeah, he is. I was in the middle of eating sunflower seeds, and then my boy just knocks on the door. Okay, I do have to run because my meeting's right there. Thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, please download Firefox. Please don't do Chrome. Happy New Year again. Also, Happy New Year, Sidewinder. I know we said this before, but Happy New Year again. And tune in tomorrow when we will be doing who knows what. I have no idea. It depends very much on the whims and whimsy of the community by now. Oh, right, left eye. Wink.